Hello everyone. Hey, it's February 8th, 2026. And I have some cards out here. I was using my other device and the video shut off because I ran out of space. So I went and grabbed my other device and I'm going to go ahead and read up on what's happening here. And then we will go ahead and continue from there. In the central energy, we've got the sun here. So your light is shining. There's a rebirth. All is well. Celebration. You've got high honors. High honors. You have blocked or put up barriers, or you have identified the false flame. In the challenge position, we've got the Nine of Wands. The borders are still up. Very persistent and resilient. Weary and yet still there. Queen of Pentacles. So, false flame could be challenged because the boundaries are still firm and resilient. They could be challenged that you've got this money. They could be challenged that there's a feminine protector, head of security. Could be a mother-in-law in an upper dimensional space protecting you. We've got help in the reverse. She's not going to help them. You're not going to help them. They're challenged by that. They're challenged because this Queen of Pentacles is here supporting you and is lifting you. Even if you're unsure of what the future holds. In the subconscious, we've got the Hierophant here, or it could be the Most High. Take it as it resonates. Firing a warning shot to these false flames. The information necessary throughout research or whatever experiences has all been revealed. And so there's that. Firing a warning shot to those who are skipping the necessary steps to gain advantage. They're in a nightmare here. Nine of Swords. They're in a nightmare here because this foundation is about total love and support, blissful relationships, and they were gossiping and spreading malicious rumors and doing their best to destroy somebody's reputation. So they are in an Eight of Cups. They're getting left behind because they gambled by slandering somebody, by telling falsehoods. They dreamed of hitting the jackpot. I guess they thought if they could trap this person that they would get something, $1 million. I mean, I heard last night that apparently somebody's offering $1 million for anyone who can go and capture or obtain or whatever this $1 in a $1 million energy and authority or prize or wealth or whatever that's in the planet. It happens to be a divine feminine. So anyway, this one took a gamble. So they're getting left behind. In the near future, they're in a Five of Pentacles. They've lost everything. There's time's relentless advance. It's irreversible. What they have done is irreversible. And they're going down. They need a lifesaver. They need somebody to throw them a life support. But there's an impossibility of reversing what it is they have done here. They're having a painful ending. 10 of Swords here. So they're having a painful ending because of the infidelity, because of playing with pizza girls, young girls, minors perhaps. So they're in a 10 of Wands burden because that's just crap. So we've got the Devil here in the environment. But we also have a celebration. The Devil might be celebrating Santa. I don't know. We're going to get some more clarification on that. We've got the Ace of Cups, hopes and fears. We've got the Ace of Cups. Proposal, marriage, and independent woman. Somebody did it done. Your love. They're celebrating your love. You've got love. We've got the Empress here. Empress and the outgoing energy. Empress and the outgoing energy. But we've got a social mask and a commitment. So somebody's pretending to be somebody coming forward wanting a commitment, perhaps. This is a man's suit. The Empress, there's somebody wearing a social mask wanting to come forward to ask the big question. You'll need to use your discernment. On this deck here, we've got you managing multiple priorities regarding travel plans. There's some folks that apparently are having to get off the planet. I heard that this magistrate or whoever this is, the lawmaker, they're transporting everybody off planet. Like anybody who is into this trafficking business or RAPing children or this, this pizza, pizza girl kind of stuff. It's like they're all getting off the planet. And we got these guys, like this is $1 billion, they're offering millions of dollars to go make this hit or to capture because they really want to torture this person, So anyway, we got some balancing decisions regarding travel plans. What's going on here? Somebody is disappointed. There's a failure here. Somebody is disappointed. There's a failure. Rapid action. Something's happening very quickly. And this could be air travel. They've been talking about transporting folks, like relocating them. It's like they got that Star Trek transport system or whatever, wormhole kind of, they latch onto your frequency or whatever, and they kind of like shoot you into your next location or whatever. Apparently we're going to go there with our flesh suits and everything. We've got hard work and routine has offered you some freedom. Limitless potential, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Wands. So you've got this with this love, right? So the strength of two together. It could be that you have earned your way through the routine work and effort that you've put forth in your own life, that you've earned this opportunity here. And we got some kind of a heartbreak. Of course, I don't know. It could also be, that there's a Knight of Pentacles that worked on a routine basis to gain the limitless potential of these lovers. I don't know. There could be some kind of a separation here. Take it as it resonates, either way. But we do have Ace of Wands here, so there's a new project going on. Pioneering spirit. On the bottom of this deck, we have the walls are closing in. So you're removing the walls built by cultural differences. Those divides that once seemed unbreakable. It's like the curse is broken. Something is going on. So the walls are closing in. You're removing the walls. It could be you're coming into your destiny. It could be that you're riding into your destiny and the walls are closing in. These cultural differences. Take it as it resonates. This is really bad news for somebody. It could be that we've got somebody reaching out first. Divine Feminine gets to choose who she wants to connect with. Somebody's got some doubts, burdened by the reality. It looks like they got disconnected from your high honor, and now they're overloaded by everything that you were doing. Like everything that they had you doing, they now have to do. You escaped. They're in a trap. They missed their deadline for a sacrifice. They didn't get the energy the harvest that they needed. They're in a trap. They can't leave. They're caught in the tensions. Those who worshipped money and who were not being very nice in order to try to gain it, they're caught in some kind of tensions. They made an unfair assessment of you. They were focused on your shortcomings rather than your potential, but you have hidden riches, only revealing them to the worthy. It's a reserved power. Using it wisely to surprise when least expected. Miles away. seem vast, but the connection transcends space, and trust that what's meant for you will find its way. Certain events are impossible to avoid, and they drastically shape your future. Embrace the uncertainty, knowing that serendipity works in your favor. It's just us. We're going to be digital detoxing. So it's just going to be you and your twin flame, and there's going to be no more AI connections. So whatever this is, you're going to be going all organic wherever it is you go, in whichever space of the universe that you're going. And this Casanova that was mimicking your value, it's like this happy ending here. He thought he was going to get a happy ending all on his own by mimicking your value, your love, your beautiful love. It's like, hey, he sucked so many people in by wearing your gentle love, this big old love that you had. Now nobody believes him. Nobody believes Casanova anymore. You're getting an unexpected surprise because they abandoned your love. They took your love and they threw it in the freaking trash. See, it's like this fella here, you know, they took your love and then they threw it in the trash. All they really wanted to do was mimic your value. So they abandoned your love. They threw it in the trash. You're getting a big surprise because they have spiritual scarcity. They were using you for money. It was false success. You've got family ties. It could be that your channel is promoted. It could be that the upper dimensional spaces are promoting your channel. It could be that these are your psychic, your clairs, all of these beautiful abilities that you have. Family. You might have an upper dimensional family that you're being connected with. There's some kind of an unexpected event here for those who were chasing profits and sacrificing long-term growth. So I was hearing about doing the deed, and then I heard something about atmospheric pressure. I think I mentioned that. Yeah. So anyway, they were chasing quick gains. But you had the ability to bend or yield and then bounce back. And you're getting a new beginning here. And whatever was going on with this person who was using you as a get-rich-quick scheme is over. Whatever that is, it's in the shredder. They could be having some problems and drinking to try to cope with whatever it is that they got going on in their life. Apparently, every nasty thing that they ever did to you is going to be done to them. So you were able to break through the manipulation, and now there is a fatal blow being delivered. Fatal blow. And these fellas are mad. They're so freaking mad. They're so freaking mad. These people who were peeping on others and then coming forward and offering a contract so that they could then copycat them and frame them as being some kind of a prostitute. Getting them stuck in some kind of a cycle. But it looks like you focused on long-term discipline rather than short-term comfort. So now danger is approaching these people, and they are being condemned for what they have done to you, to your energy, to your honor, lifetime after lifetime. And they're being rejected. Like there's no more using you as a puppet, as a get-rich-quick scheme. Absolutely not. They're getting an ultimatum for feeding on you, for consuming your energy, your effort, for not putting anything in, for just living happily while you were there trapped in that thing. They will not, Casanova will not be stepping on your new family tree. They will not be part of that. And Teddy Bear Boy will not be comparing anything with anybody. This is a third-party enemy who is stealing the money. This is what they see people for. They see people as money. So they're not going to do that. We've got guidance from above is causing a malfunction. Yeah. Because you have an oath here. You are devoted to unity and diversity. and you're throwing these roses your grace, and you're hitting the bullseye, like you're sharing that with people. And these people are being imprisoned by a quietly deadly silent strike. Why? Because they forced you to push your love up that hill all by your damn self and exploited everybody. That wasn't very nice. They exchanged like next to nothing. They made a very small offer to somebody who had these great gifts. But guess what? She only gave them this. The gift was her. And they threw her in the trash. And they kept this. This big gift here, it was her. And they took this and they threw it in the trash. Threw her in the trash. And here she is, getting it done by herself. They've proven their intention. They've proven their hate. They've proven their selfishness, their greed, and their personal perception that somehow they carry more value than anybody else. They're calling this evolution. We're going into the next step. This is the turning point. This is the evolution. So the sun has all is well. The sun has high honor. There's blockages up on this false flame. This false flame had told grandiose, false, inflated stories about you to overshadow your authenticity. But here you are, authentic and transparent, and it's pretty clear that whatever it was they were saying is false. Crazy. Date night. So there's no date night. You got the false flame wants a date night, and it's like, oh hell no. So false flames are not getting a date night. Yeah, you got your honor here, and so you got your hand up when it comes to date night. 9 of Wands. So we've got weary, but the boundaries are firm for this Queen of Pentacles, who is here to support you spiritually and lift you up. Fire sign. Even if you're not sure what the future holds, this is where you're going. The Hierophant is here firing a warning shot to those who skipped the necessary steps to gain an advantage. To those who used love spells to trap and ensnare people falsely, and then to brutalize them and to betray them and to, try to destroy their belief in love. Somebody's in a 9 of Swords. Trauma, they're having nightmares. So that's another thing I've been hearing, is these people are having nightmares because it's about total love and support in this community. And these women were out there spreading false rumors, telling lies about you. Whispering gossip. Taking a gamble. This is supposed to be a total love and support community, and they were just up there being what they are. Being what they are. They spread misinformation about you. They could have tried to portray you as somebody like they are, or somebody that would just sleep with whatever, They gossiped. They lied about you. It could be that somebody's in a nightmare because people can see what they've been doing. Like the whole thing. It's like they've been doing love spells on anybody. They've been coming in having a reckless sex just so that they can tag that essence. 8 of Cups, disappointment. They're getting left behind for gambling like that. Yeah, everything that they did to others is coming back on them. There was like, what was it? Every curse that they spoke over other people's tomorrows are going back on them. So 5 of Pentacles, poverty. There's an impossibility to reverse this. They're going down. They're going under. In the water they're in the water. So there could be some beast in the water that they have to serve. Maybe they are now bound to that Leviathan creature that you were once bound to, perhaps. Pregnancy. Somebody's expecting. 10 of Swords, failure and defeat. This infidelity, this pizza girl, temptation, this pedophile network, perhaps. Yeah, they're being cut off from the intuition, from the intellectual property divine. Maybe they don't have it. They don't have it. So they're not going to be able to tap into it from this kind of harvesting. Everything's collapsing that they had gained through that. They ignored the red flags. We got the devil here. Temptation. And then we have celebration. Why are they celebrating? Who's celebrating? Who's celebrating? There's a celebration announcement. Okay. So there's a celebration. The devil. The toxic people. Those who with destructive behavior. Versus those who were giving with an open heart and expecting nothing in return. Those who gambled. So this devil who gambled with your open heart is going to, that cycle is ending and another one is beginning. So they gambled with your love. They gambled with your joy. The devil gambled with your love and gambled with your joy. And so now there is one cycle ending and another beginning. You are a fiercely independent woman. You got busy. You're still love. No matter what they did to you, you got this big old cup of love. It could be this devil wants to celebrate with you. They're taking a gamble and they want to start a cycle. We've got manifestation. So you're fiercely independent. You told the universe what you want. You're manifesting something. The Empress is here. Look, and we've got a liar in the reverse. So she's not a liar. She's looking at people here. These people who are wearing masks, trying to gain a commitment. It's like there's liar in, no, like, so there's not going to be any liars. So we've got no liars. The Empress is here and she says, no liars. You're not going to come in and wear a mask and try to gain a commitment on false pretenses. No, that's not going to work out anymore. That's not going to work out anymore. Intense emotional pressure. No, we're not going to do that anymore. So we're not going to have any liars in these commitments. If people are wearing masks and they're pretending, they're not going to get involved in this commitment. They're going to have to keep their distance from a commitment. And it could very well be that you and your partner are at a distance from each other. Like you are committed, but it could be that you just haven't met up in the 3D yet. Or maybe, you know, when this transition happens, I heard that this somebody wants to be done by the end of September. So whatever this is, it's expected to be over by the end of September. There's a collection of things. This curator is mad that they gave everything to this independent woman. They gave everything to her. The Empress. The actual mother whose stuff it was all along and that they framed deceitfully and then kicked out and created this whole big mess. Yeah. So they're having challenges, or those who presented challenges in this environment are being let go. They're swearing that they're going to be back. Or maybe they're going back. They're going to be traveling soon. This gold digger. They think that they're swearing they're going to be back. They're traveling soon. They're swearing they're going to be back. And I keep hearing this too, that you're going to be back, we'll be back. And so it's like a constant threat that they're having. Luck is on your side here. You understand the energy, the frequency, the way that they have attacked you over the last many lifetimes, how that felt, how you managed it, where it came from. So the sun is here. All is well. You are high honor. And you've got this false flame. You've got your barriers up to the false flame when it comes to date night. But you may have date night coming up. Yeah, because the false flame is not getting their way. So you've got high honors. There is a rebirth here with the sun. Get ready to be wined and dined. You're going to have a date night. The false flame is being held off. They're not going to get their way. So this is in the environment. So it could be that you don't have to actually be afraid or paranoid when somebody approaches you. Like I've been thinking, I've been thinking I need to four-knuckle, like sandwich somebody in the darn larynx if they come approach me. I'm just like, I don't know. So we got the 9 of Wands here. Resilient borders, very persistent. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles is here. This could be a working parent. It could be a mother-in-law of this upper dimensional space. It could be you. Take it as it resonates. Could be the head of security who is here to support you spiritually and to lift you up, even if you're unsure of what the future holds. So this Queen of Pentacles could very well be the head of security and is here to lift you up. And here we've got twin flames. The twin flames. So this is like a I've been hearing about like Sekhmet and Bastet. This could very well be one of them, and they're bringing the twin flames home, supporting you, bringing you home. This is the end of these ones. Relationship with batteries. They've been using love spells to capture twin flames. The Hierophant is here shooting off a warning. Do not be doing love spells. Illuminated. Do not be doing love spells on those who are illuminated. So they're being warned. Firing a warning shot. Firing a warning shot. To those who are trying to skip the necessary steps in order to gain an advantage, they're being warned about doing love spells on those who are illuminated, trying to capture them and then gain a free trip up into that upper dimensional space for those sweet little prizes that they have not earned. They're in a nightmare here, a 9 of Swords. They're in despair. This is all about divine love, total love and support. And they were spreading unfound allegations that were damaging reputations of others. They were spreading the gossip about you being a sexual deviant here. They could have blamed you for that and deceitfully framed you for that and then got you kicked out. And now here you are having to come up with this evidence so that you could prove your innocence, Take it as it resonates. Blocked. So these people who are third party, whatever, they're getting blocked. They're being blocked out of this divine total love and support area. Yeah, because this is for families. This is about loyalty. This is about the precious soul of a child. And this is serious business. It's not just, it's serious, man. And people just don't have any I don't know, any care about it at all. They don't really care. It's very shallow, the way that people have become. So they're in an 8 of Cups. They're getting left behind. They're very sad here because they gambled. They lied and they tried to destroy other people's lives and reputations. For what? For what? It's all coming back on them. Everything that they said about you, everything that they did to you is going to be done to them. So you did it all by yourself. And now they're all mad because, what? Because you were able to get it done, regardless of all of them coming together trying to undo you. You're a fiercely independent Empress here. Illuminated. High honor. Your sun is shining brightly. Masculine or feminine, please take as it resonates and do what you need to do with the genders. Yeah, so look, we've got you getting your wish. You might be getting your wish. Pregnancy. You might be becoming a mother. Somebody's making a wish. We've got 10 of Swords here. Infidelity. Somebody's having a painful ending regarding this infidelity. They ignored the red flags. They don't have any intuition. They ignored their intuition. We've got Jezebel. They chose Jezebel. They don't have any intuition. They chose Jezebel. Jezebel is not source connected. We've got the Devil here, and we've got a they took a gamble. They took a gamble. Those who gambled with you, with your love. It could be that there's a celebration here because this cycle is ending. The Devil is here who gambled with you. We've got a celebration because that cycle is ending. You're a beloved child of God. You're going to get a new cycle. You got a big old Ace of Cups of love, a new baby. You might have an opportunity to actually have a family because these ones most likely they kept you apart and you were not able to come together to have that special child that's probably going to be a prophet or a prophetess or a special being, you know, of the sun. You are fiercely independent. Path of solitude reveals truths unseen in the company of others. You were able to manifest something. You're a manifester. Police station. Police station. Telling the universe exactly what you want. So this could be somebody, this planetary mother and stabilizer could be telling the universe what they want. They don't want people who are doing love spells, people who are manipulating others, people who are interfering in their divine twin flame unions, you know, from keeping them from coming together. Those who spread rumors and tell lies about people and trying to get them blocked. Those who get connection with others just so that they can gamble with their happiness and create some kind of chaos in their life, you know. So, yeah, we got the Empress there, and there's not going to be any liars. Those who are wearing masks, yeah, those who, so, okay, so those, we've got, so the Empress is here looking at commitments, right? And we've got somebody there wearing a mask. They're just pretending to be something. So we're not going to have any liars wearing a social mask, trying to come together, gain a commitment with somebody because they're a thug. So we don't want any lying thugs wearing a mask, being some kind of a shady character, coming in and getting commitment in this freaking community. So it's like she's kicking them all out. The false flame's not getting their way. It's like, no, there's no collaboration. There's no service. We don't even want to work with you. It's like, no, there's no energetic entanglement. There's nothing. This has been going on for thousands of years, and they've been harvesting souls. And there's just the children's beautiful, precious life is just too precious to allow this kind of a threat, right? They're drinking to cope. Their heart is broken. They're feeling like a real jackass for what they did in the past. There's some legal matters, could be criminal paternity. I've heard them talking about alimony. They've been out there getting women pregnant left and right so that they could tap into those spiritual bank accounts of the feminine and that child or children. And then they don't pay alimony. And then they belittle the mother and tell her what a trashy whatever. I mean, they really went all in on trying to break her down, you know, while not giving her support. And all they were after was that spiritual inheritance of those upper dimensional spaces. So we've got criminal paternity lawsuits going on. They owe alimony and they're in massive regret. They thought it was a great idea, man. They're getting readings here, but you are free. You're moving on and you're letting go of those who are not really part of your family. They may not be part of the human, they might not even be of the same species. I mean, they could look like you, but they might be a different species altogether. So they're not really your family. So they're messed up over you. They're messed up over you. They're effed up over you. Why? Because Divine Feminine has learned her karmic lessons from these love messages, these third-party enemies. So she's learned the karmic lessons and she's taking all of that knowledge to this space here. And she's going to share that knowledge with everybody else. There's illumination, a lot of information regarding this love spell and interfering with twin flame unions. You know, these false flames coming up. They're feeling like poop because they've been fake busy bumping heads with people, stealing people's spiritual gifts through reckless sex and other means. Now they're being rejected because they gained it through reckless sex, trapping people who had gifts and then siphoning on their gifts. So yeah, with love spells, trickster, illusion spells, tapping into other people's feelings, their energy, mirroring them, sex addiction, backstabbing, mind games, deception. They are not happy about that this queen bee is closing out the cycle where they start siphoning the energies and the spiritual identities and everything. So they're not happy at all. Queen bee is closing the cycle. Thou shalt not eat on another divine being. No, they're fed up. They're fed up with this no strings attached and this round and round bullshit. That pathway is in the coffin. Like that pathway, that cycle is in the coffin. You're turning your back on them and they are in the middle of a firestorm, a karmic firestorm. And they miss you, but it's too late. It's too late for romance because you're saying goodbye. You're saying goodbye to those who were happily single, that were just here creating karmic ties, these psychos. Done with them. They left you hanging. And now we're all running from them. Don't be asking me. Nope, nope, nope. Or perhaps take it as it resonates. Somebody's losing sleep. They might be spying on you from secret accounts. Divine Masculine might be praying for a woman who actually loves herself. Somebody with positive vibes. Living in the moment. Taking it easy. No stress, man. Just somebody's got there's bad news. There's love, hate. It's a love-hate secret. Somebody's getting bad news. The love-hate secret is getting separated. Those who were mirroring, so those hateful people that were mirroring loving people are getting separated. Shocking news. They're getting shocking news. They were side hustling families and family ties, and now they're ashamed, having an ego death because they were a fake spiritual person anyway. I love you. So it could be somebody, what we got, I love you. Somebody may love you. They see your true colors now. They may actually want to marry you. Maybe you are married to somebody in the spirit. They love you. Or maybe this is somebody who's unemployed and they got detached from you in a previous lifetime. I heard spin around the block or something, which means somebody from a previous lifetime or somebody that you once knew or whatever is coming back around. And I think it's probably from a previous lifetime, the way that this sounds. Somebody's under pressure. They're under pressure. They're under pressure. They're very upset because there's a lot of folks going on. And apparently up to like 60% of the people are leaving the planet. According to what I've heard the curator say. Breakup in the reverse. We've got date night. So there's no breakup. We've got the sun here. High honor. Authenticity. There's no breakup. What that means to you. We got no breakup. Date night. You're going to have date night. There's no more breaking up. It's not the end for you. This false flame isn't getting their way. They don't want to break up. They're not getting their way. They don't want to break up. We got the 9 of Wands here. Resilient and wary. Queen of Pentacles could be head of security, a mother-in-law of upper dimension. Supporting these fire signs or those who have the sun in them, these twin flames. Supporting them and then lifting them even though they may be unsure of what the future holds. They are illuminated. They have illuminated the truth. They have awakened. They've learned all of their karmic lessons. So they're going home. Which came out? Law. We got law in the reverse. They didn't break the law. They didn't break the law. They don't need a lawyer. They don't need a judge. They're not getting arrested. The Hierophant is here giving a warning to these ones doing love spells on the illuminated beings. A forgotten person, somebody from the past. They want to spin the block. They want to come back into your space. They're doing love spells. They're being warned not to F around with you. But they are. The other day or last night, I got the message. They're going to come. They're going to give you the perfect look of adoration. They're going to know exactly what pleases you and what displeases you. They've been following you unseen for years. They've been connected to your mind. They've been pulling off of your energy. They're in a nightmare. People are in a nightmare. This area here, 10 of Cups, is all about total love and support, divine love. And they've been over in this space spreading gossip and lies about this, about people and their sexuality. And they could be confused about their sexuality. They're getting blocked because it's spam. They've been lying to people. They've been telling people that you were homosexual or whatever, so that they would block you. People have been lying on others, the divine beings in this space, telling them about that their sexuality, that they're a whore, whatever, that they're a prostitute, so that they would be blocked from a divine union. These people lie. So now they're getting their intuition, their sixth sense and everything is blocked. Those who are sexual, whatever, they're getting blocked. Why do these keep flipping out in the reverse? So we got the Eight of Cups here, leaving behind. They took a gamble with you, and everything that they did to you is going back on them. They lied about you. They wanted you blocked, 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 blocked. They did their work to make sure that you would never, ever, ever come back together. And these are trash. These are little whole bag trash. And they decided that this is who they are. But they decided to tell everybody that it was you that was what they are. And they were playing in your energy, and they were doing these love spells and messing your energy so that it would look like you were doing what they did. They were filthying everybody's energy. And another thing that they were doing was they were jerking off to people's pictures to cover them in this masturbation mess in order to make them appear as though they were out there swinging everybody. But, you know, the majority of people that they were targeting weren't with anybody because they're energetically, they looked like that. So nobody would come into their field. So they were keeping people single by doing that. And then they were calling them a prostitute because they were covering them in this energy. So we got the Five of Pentacles here. They cannot, it's an impossibility. They cannot reverse what they have done here. They prostituted your energy. You're getting what you wish because of the way that they treated you. They're in a Ten of Swords failure, a collapse, a defeat. These pedophiles are getting disconnected from their intuition because they chose Jezebel. They may try to stage a meeting with you. Like I said, they're going to come and they're going to look at you with those puppy eyes, and everything is going to seem so freaking perfect. But they're spinning the block. They're coming back to you. They've known you in a previous life. They probably unalived you in that space. And they're spinning the block. The devil is gambling. They're taking a gamble. And they're coming forward and they want to celebrate with you. So they're going to gamble. They're coming forward and they're going to say, hey, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. But once they want to get on your cycle, the beloved pathway of the beloved child of the divine. So they're taking a gamble. They want to get in on your celebration. So what's going to happen with that, Spirit? What's this devil doing? They're taking a gamble. Horning in on your celebration. They want to get on your cycle with this love child. What's going to happen with this devil that's gambling with you right now? What's happening with this devil? Miss you. Change. Transformation. You have transformed. There's a change here. You have evolved. And that's what it is. They're calling it evolution. You have evolved. You were out here getting busy doing the work while they were blaming you, shaming you, dumping all this shit on you, and you had to alchemize every damn bit of it. And then you had to grow through it, expand through it, embrace it, be settled in it. You had to do all that. So it could be that you're a beloved child of the Most High God. They miss you. You have transformed. You have evolved. And you have earned your space there. You have got this big old Ace of Cups. You've done it on your own. You were able to manifest something. You're telling the universe exactly what you want. You're telling the universe who you want arrested, who you want removed from the planet. This must be the magistrate, the planetary stabilizer. The Hierophant is here. The Most High God is here. As well as upper dimensional security systems, it seems like. Sing. So those who do not, those who are, they're not singing. Those who do not worship God, those who do not, those who are not in alignment with this family or what they believe, they're getting arrested. It could be that those who were mimicking you, those who were pretending to be you and are not you, they're getting arrested. They're going to the police station. This is an Empress here. She's looking at commitments. I love you. She's looking at those people who are wearing masks, shady mask wearers. Look at this. We've got thugs. We've got thug. Okay, hold on. So we got a social mask. And we've got a thug with a shady mask. And so the Empress is here looking at these commitments that are coming up. And she's like, look, we're not going to, no mask wearers, no thugs wearing a mask, no liars in these commitments. We're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to do that anymore, man. And I think that that's what happened, like in the past. Like somebody unalived this Empress and then I heard it. They're like, practice what you preach. So what happened is they got tired of this Empress, telling people about ethical, moral stuff, and they all tried to freaking, they went so far the other way. They really went for it, man. And they tried to destroy her reputation by gossiping, lying about all this stuff. Incredible. Empty room. The thug. So that's an empty room. This is the end of the opportunity for these shady mask-wearing thugs who are wanting to, they want to fake, like they're lying, right? They want to come in, oh, I love you, honey, you're the best thing that ever happened to me, forever, babe, and then it's a lie. So this is the end of their opportunity to swear that you're the best thing that ever happened to them, just to get you into that bedroom and then leave, right? These thugs. Nope, we're not going to do that because they're just there to siphon money, to get your happiness, to gain that energetic entanglement, and then to gain access to that upper dimensional soul tribe family, the Star Nation soul tribe family's wealth. That's what they want access to. And they gain it through that reckless sex thing, that false commitment, false flames. So they're having money problems now. They were trying to get your fortune, and they're these addicts. They're addicted to your finances. They never worked. They never did toil and labor. They laughed when the old lady still had to go to work while they just walked around eating cake, doing whatever they wanted. Right? They're obsessed with your finances, and now they're in eternal regret because they targeted a fiercely powerful and potent divine feminine and her fiercely loyal and devoted protector. They're committed to life. They're committed to the tree, the planetary stabilizer. The roots have to go deep, deep, deep. They have to be set so that when the wind blows, when the storm hits, that tree doesn't go down. And what's good for the crown is good for the roots. It's a tree. It's nourished. And it stabilizes. So, people are running away from the history of what they have done to you. They with this taboo, this crime against love, this forbidden love, vampires, death, third-party enemies, floozy. They turned the whole freaking planet into a brothel, man. So now we're getting a new beginning because the true twin flames are reconciled, and the false flames are getting kicked out. And they're not going to be able to be here living it up on the efforts of those who are actually here to build a system to support the living, and peace, for Pete's sake, So you're getting what you had wished for, what you had hoped for. Faith of a mustard seed is what they said. And why? Because you held firm and you remained clear and you kept your senses about you. You knew exactly what to do in the face of this clown who was trying to act like you. They were acting like you. This clown was performing, but you are too firm. They took a gamble on you. And now your animal friends, and it could be the Lyrans, your cat family is probably here putting a rest to that. They're letting, the lights are going out. You found the key and the core of the problem. You've got a natural born talent. It could be that you have you could be an airbender, waterbender. You might work with the elements. Yeah, and you're letting go of the shadow. Yeah. Because there's messages, there's communications records, there's call records, there's records of them going into the shadow and then coming back. They were going into the shadows, they were doing their sacrifices, and then they were coming back into the upper dimensional spaces and pretending that they were that. But so the Rose who survived, the Rose who is identifiable, is bringing forth a miracle for everybody, for finding out, for shedding light on the mystery, on this confusion regarding the torment that everybody was going into, experiencing. You had to investigate. Explore the haven, the garden, the territory, right? Whatever that is. And you solved the puzzle. They were uninvited guests here that were mirroring people who were ascending, leveling up. So, and then stealing the treasure. It was a hidden truth. You discovered it. They were leaving the apple, the God's family, those beautiful divine beings that they were not supposed to be consuming the energy of or the life of or the intellectual property of. They left them single. They left them here doing it all on their own, independent. Independent and powerfully loving Empress and Emperor energy in their powerful sun energy. And they're divinely connected to the Most High, absolutely illuminated. We've got divine intervention, serendipity. Yeah, so things are cooling down. There's going to be a pause. There's a silence. So it could be these third-party enemies are being silenced. Like they're going to go away because they've been tapping into people and then like bumping heads, downloading or uploading their clairs and such, and then using that to like drive people insane. So we've got divine timing. The wrong time, it could be the wrong time for the snake, and now they're drinking. So they've lost. They've lost what they've done. There's still some stuff that's going to be happening, a lot of stuff. They're hoping that they can at least, take out some of these damn stars by coming in, these lovers from previous lifetimes. They want to come in and they admire you, they're enthralled by you, but they're still wrapped up in this situation with this devil that requires them to sacrifice love, So just, beware. We've got the Queen of Pentacles here, head of security, mother-in-law of upper dimensions or whatever, is bringing you home. $57. We'll just pull one of these, see what happens. Right? So there's a rebirth with the sun. You high honor. You get ready for date night. The false flame. You got your barriers up. The arrogant, selfish one is not getting their way. They could not break you up. They could not break up the twin flames. They're anticipating. Nobody's going to listen to what they have to say. Nobody's going to be present, and they're curious. Nobody's going to be there. They're anticipating. Nobody's going to be there to spy on, to look on, to watch, to mimic. 9 of Wands. They're weary. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. She's there to lift up the fire signs, the twin flames. We've got law in the reverse, and we've got wrath. So, yeah. So, people broke the law. They broke the law, and they're getting wrath. You're going in a new direction. Those people who broke the law are getting wrath. People who did not obey the law are getting wrath. You're being lifted up out of here, twin flames. The Hierophant is here. Firing a warning shot to those doing love spells on those who had illuminated the truth. You could be that you had illuminated the truth on forgotten people who had bound you with a love spell. You may not even know who this person is. You may not even know who this person is. They might have tagged you in a freaking dream or in the 4D. They might have given you a masturbation dream and then used that powerful energy explosion to claim a false contract on you. You may not even know who this person is that has been siphoning off of you. They're in grief. They're in grief. because you are illuminated and they are getting a warning shot. Those people who is trapping others with these stupid love spells gotta, hey. So they're in a 9 of Swords, trauma and despair, because area is all about total love and support, divine love. And they were spreading rumors about sexuality. They could be little Jezebels in this space of total love and support. They could have been acting like little hoe bags. They're getting blocked. They've got blocked intuition. And they're getting released. And they're getting released. 8 of Cups, leaving behind, getting left behind. You're walking away from them. You're withdrawing. They gambled with you and your energy. This is bedroom trash. It's a waste. It's worthless. It's like mouse. Everything they did to you is going back on them. We've got communication. They could be communicating. They could be trying everything that they did in your mind. Everything that they did in your mind. Everything that they did to try to F up your mind is going to be coming back on them. All those word magic, all those spells that they spoke over your consciousness. It could be that you were being mentally RIPD by covens of these masculine, whatever, gigolos, whatever, sorcerers. You know, trying to focus on you and concentrate on you and push in their beautiful, potent, hateful energy. Yeah. They're just trash. Bedroom trash. Took a gamble. So we got the 5 of Pentacles. They're losing everything. They cannot reverse it. They can't reverse it. It's impossible. It's permanent damage, what they have done here. We've got pregnancy. We've got birth. You're going to get your wish. You're going to get your wish. It could be that those of you who were exploited are going to get your wish. You're going to get a family. And everything that they're pushing on you right now is rolling off of you. You're protected. They're getting wrath. They're getting wrath. A 10 of Swords, painful ending, and a collapse. A collapse. This infidelity, this pedophile, Jezebel is disconnected from their intuition. We've got encounter and displacement. It could be you're going to meet soon. It could be that whatever this is, you're going to displace. Once these Jezebels and such are displaced, it could be that you will encounter each other. We've got the Devil here taking a gamble on your celebration. The cycle ended. You're a beloved child of the Most High. You are missed. You have transformed. You have evolved. You have elevated. You've elevated. So the devil that gambled with you is they took a bad gamble. The devil took a bad gamble. They're bad with their finances. And here you are celebrating because it's over. What that cycle with the devil is over and you're getting a new cycle. You've got the Ace of Cups here. Independent. Did it all yourself. You're manifesting. You're telling the universe exactly what you want. Those people who were pretending to be you but weren't are getting arrested. And you've got this, look, you've got this beautiful heart bond and gifts. So you're gonna, you could be united with somebody who has got gifts also. This may be in the spirit or in some other 5D, and it could very well be what this head of security here, this Queen of Pentacles, is bringing you into. Bringing you into. The Empress is here looking at commitments and whether people are wearing a mask or not. They're not going to let anybody who's lying about who they are or what they have to offer gaining a contract. If they're a shady mask-wearing thug, this is the end of their opportunity to be tapping into the chakra system, the vital force of life energy of the family here. No, we got to take some precautions. Protect the soul of the family from ghosts, from the dead that are here to harvest off of the soul and its vital force. These thugs who are doing reckless sexual encounters to draw forth from the sacral and then manifest something. They're just, look, these are negative influences that are just interested in consuming the purity of the youth, the gentle ones. And this golden nugget here has brought back some insight, some illumination of the truth. Yeah. By undergoing some kind of a risk. This risk that everybody was undergoing through this distraction, this weird distraction thing that was going on. You have grown through isolation. They left you alone. They caused you a whole bunch of upheaval. You weathered the storm on your own and you grew through it. And now you can bring back that information. Yeah, because the powers of 3, they were playing around with this trickery. They're resisting this preparation for fodder. They're being prepared. Like, they have to keep their distance from this community because of this routine of causing battles, of fights, disruption. And they were committed to the empty nest. They didn't want any children being born there. The stars and the suns, they didn't want any golden lighted, powerful energy, powerful lighted beings and source connected beings there. These entities were in there falsely, and then they were up there just filthying the energy with this upside down perspective. Look, you survived. Could be nature helped you survive this mimicry. You've got luck raining from the sky. You've got freedom. You are free from the scavengers, and you are protected. And you're coming into your abundance with this sacred space. And it could be that you are being observed and that people are being warned, or maybe you can bring warning about what has happened here in the history. So you're bringing warning of the historical observations, what it is you experienced, what it is you grew through regarding this dominance. You remained balanced in it, and you grew in your light, and you can help other people achieve that now in the territory. So there's these people who were doing mirror magic on you are afraid because they have been exposed. This whole team that has been pulling up your seeds. Keeping everything about you hidden. Well, I think that this is probably a good place to stop. I hope that this brings clarity to something that you already intuitively knew. And I will see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.